I used to think DIY saved money. Then I saw a staircase collapse, a sink spray water like a fire hydrant, and a shelf rip straight out of a wall. These projects did not fail quietly. They failed loudly, publicly, and painfully. Watch closely because each mistake hides a lesson people ignore. Number 1. I once saw a man mount a TV using drywall anchors, meant for picture frames. Minutes later, gravity won and the screen exploded. This matters because DIY confidence often beats basic physics. I learned that skipping weight limits is not bravery, it is just expensive denial that ends with broken gear. Number 2. I watched someone paint tiles without sanding or sealing, then brag online. Days later, the paint peeled like sunburn. This matters because prep work feels boring, so people skip it. I noticed most DIY fails happen before the first tool is used, right where patience should have stepped in. Number 3. I found a deck built with indoor screws that rusted in weeks. The boards shifted and collapsed during a party. This matters because materials are not universal. I realized many people assume all screws are equal, but environment always wins when shortcuts are chosen for speed. Number 4. I saw a shelf installed perfectly level but straight into hollow drywall. It held books for one night, then tore out. This matters because looking correct does not mean being secure. I learned that strength lives behind the wall, not on the surface people admire. Number 5. I noticed a bathroom sink sealed with craft glue instead of silicone. Heat and moisture broke it fast. This matters because some DIYers confuse sticking with sealing. I realized that water always finds weakness, and when it does, repairs become disasters instead of fixes. Number 6. I watched someone wire a ceiling fan without cutting power. Sparks flew, and the breaker tripped. This matters because confidence replaces caution too easily. I learned that rushing electrical work turns savings into risk, and risk into injuries no tutorial can undo later. Number 7. I once saw a ladder shelf built without measuring angles. It leaned until it snapped. This matters because eyeballing feels faster than measuring. I noticed that tools exist to protect time and safety, but people ignore them to feel skilled instead of prepared. Number 8. I found a patio paved without leveling the ground. After rain, stones sank unevenly. This matters because foundations are invisible, so they get ignored. I learned that what people skip first is what destroys the project last, quietly and completely. Number 9. I saw cabinets hung without checking studs, held by tiny screws. They crashed during dinner. This matters because walls lie. I realized DIY fails happen when trust replaces verification, and guessing replaces understanding how structures actually behave. Number 10. I noticed someone use duct tape to fix a leaking pipe. It sprayed everywhere within minutes. This matters because temporary fixes create permanent damage. I learned that water pressure does not care about creativity, only proper fittings and respect. Number 11. I once saw a door installed without accounting for floor height. It scraped and jammed daily. This matters because planning means thinking ahead, not just copying steps. I realized many DIY mistakes are time problems, not skill problems at all. Number 12. I watched a shelf collapse because cheap brackets bent under weight. This matters because budget choices affect safety. I learned that saving money on support parts often costs more later, especially when repairs include drywall and pride. Number 13. I noticed a fence built without spacing for wood expansion. Boards warped and cracked. This matters because materials move over time. I realized many DIYers build for today, forgetting weather and seasons always demand room to breathe. Number 14. I once saw tile laid without spacers, creating crooked lines. This matters because details reveal skill. I learned that rushing visual work backfires since flaws grow louder the longer you live with them daily. Number 15. I found a mirror glued directly to painted drywall. Removal destroyed the wall. This matters because permanence is often ignored. I realized DIY should plan for future changes, not trap homeowners in repairs they never expected. Number 16. I saw a floating shelf mounted unevenly, slowly tilting over weeks. This matters because small errors compound. I learned that gravity never forgets mistakes, it just waits patiently until the failure becomes impossible to ignore. Number 17. I watched someone pour concrete without reinforcement. Cracks formed fast. This matters because strength comes from what you cannot see. I realized many DIY builds fail internally long before the outside shows damage. Number 18. I noticed a sink installed without a proper trap, causing constant odor. This matters because systems need logic, not guesses. I learned plumbing punishes ignorance quietly, then suddenly makes life uncomfortable every single day. Number 19. I once saw stairs built with uneven riser heights. People tripped constantly. This matters because safety relies on consistency. I realized DIY errors hurt more when they involve movement, not decoration. Number 20. I watched a shed roof built without slope, trapping rainwater. It leaked within weeks. This matters because design choices matter more than effort. I learned hard work cannot save a plan that ignores how nature behaves. So, you have to it. Every failed DIY project teaches the same lesson. Skill is not confidence. Skill is respect for details people rush past. If this made you facepalm even once, remember this next time tools feel tempting and patience feels optional.